Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's the 22nd day of December 2024 and we are here waiting for the first move of the fourth round of the world title matches in international drafts between Yuri Anikeev and Jan Groenendijk among men and Victoria Motrichko and Daria Tkachenko among women. Now you can see already that as we are 2 minutes to the start of the round, the women are waiting and sitting and concentrating to make the first moves of those rounds. So Victoria Motrichko for the second time in this match is playing white pieces and Daria Tkachenko is playing black pieces. Meanwhile, looking at the men's table, here we have Yuri Anikeev playing with white pieces and Jan Groenendijk playing with black pieces. Before they started, let me check what was the opening in the second round of the competition. So that was the position. Unfortunately, I don't remember it as I had some technical troubles with Marta Bańkowska then. So Yuri Anikeev in the second round started with 30-28, and then there was exchange similar to what Yuri has played to Jan in the round number 1. But there we had some small change of the plan, so that was the position that was played among men. And among women it has started 34-29 by Victoria Motrichko, and then Daria Tkachenko has proposed the color system, but Victoria refused, playing 32-28, so that was the first moves of the game. The question is, what will that be tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, let me adjust to the right side. Right size of the board, it should be 87. Okay, now it should look fine. 9:59 Central European time, so in 1 minute we are going to start watching and analyzing the games live. This match is planned to be played to have 12 rounds played till December 30 if the tiebreak will be needed. So if any player will not get at least 2 victories and will not lead in the points in this match, then tiebreaks will be played on December 30 and December 31 if needed, the super tiebreaks. That would be something extremely interesting for us. That would be something really entertaining and emotional according to the year's end. Oh, something has broke. According to the cameras from the playing hall, they have some problems probably. So I'll just switch it off, what is showing. Can I pause it? So we have the decision of Yuri Anikeev. The move is the same as in the round number 2, 32-28, and Jan is playing the same, exchange 17-22. So perhaps he was just satisfied with how the game was going. Like you see, there always must be some technical problems. Okay, but we can have this view of the Christmas tree in the background. Let it be at the moment, and let's wait until the cameras will work fine. So exactly the same opening between Yuri Anikeev and Jan Groenendijk. We did have 32-28, exchange 17-22, takes to the side, and 37-32, 7-12. As I remember, as I played this opening against Yuri Anikeev in Bakoli in 2014, I did play this exchange. Yuri has attacked, I exchanged. Yuri has played 36-31 and then exchanged to 27 as I remember, and we have played this game against Aleksander Germański. Once I played this exchange, but I don't really like the flexibility of black's position in this opening, so maybe that was not the most working plan for me, but anyway, we did it. Okay, and immediately we have almost the same moves as in the game number 2. The question is if the opening will be played at exactly the same. So we remember what has happened in the round number 2. The gentleman played it quickly, quite quickly, and agreed for a draw. And similar scenario was happening in the women's game. So I would like to see more emotions, I would like to see new plans maybe, but Who knows what will be played here. I will use during the rounds turbo time base 12 to check how many times these positions were happening in the games, in the base. So we'll check some statistics and maybe we'll discover something interesting, something nice. Meanwhile, let me check if they have repaired the... Oops. If they have repaired the cameras of the players. At this moment we have exactly the same opening plates. Okay, let's take a look at what is going on in women's game. So we have 30-28. Okay, so Victoria Motrichko is the one who has changed, because as we checked, there was a 34-29 move in the second round of the game. Maybe I'll change the visuals to women, so you can see the actual position between Victoria Motrichko and Daria Tkachenko. So yeah, that was a change, and then Daria answered 18-23. And almost immediately Victoria has decided to lock it. So it's not like opening the position, giving some exchanges here, but locking to the locked classical position in the very beginning of the game. It means that maybe Victoria tries to bring the tension to the game, and finally she wants to win something. Maybe she's not satisfied after 3 draws against Daria Tkachenko. Maybe she thinks that this is the right moment to start an aggression and start winning the games. So the game was played like this, of course developing from the right side, and this exchange gives 4 additional tempos to white. So this classical position of course can be broken later, for example by exchanging to 22, exchanging 34-29 first. We are in the developmental phase in the opening, and soon we'll know what is the plan of the women. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuba Gazda, hello. What is Playok kind of board? I just wanted to have it similar to the right analysis board. Oh, I haven't changed it. Sorry. I was using that for the course I was recording, so maybe I'll change the theme to this one, right? Yeah. Okay. So now those are the colors that probably you were seeing during last days, and maybe it will be a bit easier to follow. Let me try to repair the camera pictures. Okay, it's working again. So I'll just take the link. No more Christmas picture. Okay, updated, close, here, and here. It should work fine already. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, and what do we see here after this move? Okay, now women are playing very fast this game. So after this opening that Victoria serves us, we can see already that this piece on 46 is not developed. So this is something that she agrees to play, but of course that piece somehow can be involved into play, going to 41, but then to 26 for example, or after the exchange to 22 it can be developed to 31 or something. It's not a huge problem, as black pieces are not controlling the 26 spot, because after dark piece would get to this spot, it would be really problematic for white to develop this 46, but at this moment there is always the possibility of making this move 31-26, and everything should work fine. For example, what is really important about this piece 26, this move, actually this move was made, that was developing the 49 piece. Why? Because in some positions, let me show you the example. Here you must be careful about the possibility of this shot, but maybe this is not the winning one at this moment. But after some moves like this one, this one, this one, this one, you have possibility of this exchange. Now it comes with this combination, the Napoleon Bonaparte coup. You sacrifice 2, here you take. But idea of this move to exchange to 29 is to sacrifice here 29-33 and here the second piece to collect 3 pieces and win one. And then you just like, if you don't have this possibility of this combination, of course, you like to have not this one but this one standing 50, because that gives you the opportunity to attack it 39-33. And if this piece 50 was here on 49, then you can't attack it to 39-33. So those are the small things that probably are important in this phase of the game. Looking at the standings down, you can see already that after 3 rounds, probably you all know that after 3 rounds we have 3 draws and we have the total result of 3 against 3, both in women's and men's match. Now Victoria Motrichko is starting to think. So Victoria has played the first 9 moves really quickly, Daria as well, but Daria used to play like that and Victoria used to lose more time during this first period of the game. So I think that maybe Victoria just wants to change the narration, the strategy for the games, because if she saw that 2 times she was in time troubles and maybe in the key moments of the game she did not have the possibility of finding the best moves, of creating the biggest chances, maybe she decided to play the openings faster, much faster, to save the time for the crucial moments of the game. That's probably my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section, of course, and as always, let me know where you are watching from, ladies and gentlemen. Parand, I think women games are more interesting. The men plays the same thing. Perhaps afraid at this stage I was accepting the men to be more. Sorry, I just turn on the full comments on the additional computer and will let you know. But I know what you mean, Paranda. I know what you mean. I was expecting the men to be more interesting. I prefer Russians to play. At this moment we can say so. So the matches involving Alexander Schwarzman and Ruel Boomstra, it looked more interesting at the moment. Yeah, and there are, you know, few things to consider. The first one is the excitement of the match for the viewers from their point of view, but from their point of view the most important is the title. So they just want to play maybe more calm, more safe, not to let his opponent defeat them. It's like watching the football game, yeah? It can be very offensive, very attractive, but on the other hand you might have coach who is very defensive and will just park the bus in the goal and nothing interesting will happen, yeah? Who is the guest of the day today, Damian? Me. I am my guest. So today I am the only one commenting. After 2 days of some technical problems, finally I have the solutions to all of them, but I didn't look for the guest for today, and I decided that I will do it by my own. So from time to time I will do it by my own. Maybe it will be even more days. Definitely I will have full window of guests after the Christmas, because of course before the Christmas some people are just busy with preparation, with some organizing some holidays, vacations, etc. So after the Christmas I have full calendar probably, but at this moment I will be by my own. I hope you'll enjoy anyway, of course. Kuba, I know you will. I know you will. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is the situation. So Victoria plays 46-41, quite quick move as well, and 5-10, similar, and the similar moment. It looks interesting because at this moment those pieces have no place to go, and when we are trying to teach youngsters how to play drafts, how to play checkers, we tell them not to leave this one hanging on 41 or on 10. But in this position, this is reasonable in this opening. So now it's the moment of choosing the plan. Now Victoria will show us what will be her plan and what are the possibilities. Of course, this is not possible to go to 22 directly, or actually it works. Okay, it works because there is a counter combination, of course. So this coup is not working because there is 1 for 2 and the position opens immediately. But as Victoria has started that game really sharp, choosing to play the locked classical position, I don't expect she will go for that. So the plans are this move, 31-26, what we can see, or this exchange to 29. This exchange to 29 will mean probably that we'll have the center play against the surrounding. because now dark pieces don't have this column to make this exchange 1823, and I would expect this exchange 2025, which is really popular, and then not to allow black pieces to go to the close classical position, white pieces exchange to 22. So this is very common position, very common plan in this kind of opening, and I do expect something like that to happen. And then you have simple plan to develop this 41 to 31 square, and everything works. And then the plan of white is to build the center, go to the central position, and on the other hand, dark pieces are trying to surround it. And if we were going for this plan, I think we could have quite an interesting game. Then I think we could have quite an interesting game. Eriks Burkeviks, good morning Damian, good to see you again, good to see you again on the chat as well, Eriks. Let me know where you're watching from, let me know what are your expectations about the results in this round. Do you feel that finally we'll just get the result that we want? Finally will someone win the game? We are waiting for the 3 days for that, and I think that slowly we must get to the point. Greetings from Lithuania. Mantas Janavicius. Hi, nice to see you. With Mantas we've played many tournaments, young tournaments as well. How are you doing, Mantas? Let's take a look what's going on in the men's game, expecting the plan from Victoria Motrichko. So I think she will play this exchange 34-29. Okay, a bit more calm is 31-26, but yeah, on the other hand, it lets dark pieces to make this exchange, and maybe this is something that Victoria just doesn't want to allow. This is not possible at the moment, but then the dark pieces could attack in this position, and I don't think that Victoria wants to let Daria attack. I think that Victoria prefers to attack by herself. Going to the Yuri Anikeev game against... Wow, we have already 18 moves made, so do we have the copy from the 2 days ago game? 10-14, this. Okay, we have just the same what we have had earlier. So there was probably a change. There was probably a change from Jan Groenendijk. Let me see the game from the 2 days ago. Where do I have it? That was the position. Okay, Yuri versus Jan. So 2 days ago it was like that. Here. Yeah, the same game. Oh, no. Something different here. Okay, after this exchange, Jan immediately played today 2024, and 2 days ago he has chosen this plan, here. So we've had quite more open game. Jan has not chosen to cover the 24 immediately. It looks like that. Arleta once won a similar position against Daria. Okay, so this is something that that is worth to look for. Marta Bańkowska, thank you very much for mentioning that. I will check that. I have chatted with some good players, Eric says, and they say that Jan will win because Yuri is playing for a draw. As for myself, I think Yuri can catch Jan on some combination. Yeah, that's a problem to consider because you can always make your opponent sleepy. You can always make your opponent missing something. Just one moment can decide the match, yeah? And you know, if you are good at playing for a draw, like Yuri is, maybe that's the problem, maybe that's the way, that's the strategy to play against Jan. And what can happen if just Jan in one game will have some time troubles and will lose the game, and then Yuri will win one game even after losing one, if he will win another game in the tiebreak. So everything is possible. And playing for a draw in the matches, in my opinion, is not like the losing plan. I think, at least, that way. Cool. What's going on if in all the games will be a draw? Then the players are playing the tiebreak, and the tiebreak will be played. The tiebreak will be played until the 2 victories? Probably yes. There we have tiebreaks just immediately after the last round on the December 30, and if the tiebreaks will not be decided on this day, then we'll play again on December 31. Regarding girls, both are tough. I'm sure there will be a fight between them. But who you think will be the winner of this fight? Because we must have the winner. You know, tiebreaks must be decided. Do you remember what has happened during the Polish match between Natalia Sadowska and Tamara Tańsy-Kurzyna? That was something crazy, because women started to play on 11 a.m. the final day, and then we did have the result in the rapid game when Tamara won, that we needed tiebreaks because that was a draw during the entire match. And the tiebreaks finally were finished after 11 p.m. after 12 hours of playing. That was something sick, yeah. So that was the preview of the game from the round number 2. Now let's go back to the game number 2, 3, 4. To the game number 4, which is this one. So after this exchange, previously Jan played something like this or this, I don't remember already, but now he covers already 20-24. So I talked about that during the first day, that in matches many times you have the repetition of the openings, and players just prepare themselves for playing some openings, and they know if something is played by their opponents, then there is a huge possibility that it will be repeated. And maybe in such plans you are just trying to find something new to judge that this position gives you some chances of winning, and maybe that's the attitude of Jan. Maybe Jan decided that this opening, this position, somehow with controlling 24, and for white pieces who don't control 27, maybe it gives some possibilities of, for example, surrounding this 28 piece. I think that could be the plan, because this is actually what happens in this opening, and there must be some reasoning for Jan why he chooses to play the same. At least that's the point of view, ladies and gentlemen, from my side. Of course, don't forget to leave the thumb up under the video. Please share this Draughts content all over the world. We need it, we need the promotion, we need new viewers, new players, new everyone. Damian totally agreed to your view regarding the draw plan. One very good player told me that Jan can start risking because of draws and there Yuri can get him. Yeah, that's true, that's true. That can be the thing, because, you know, both players must win 2 games, yeah? But at some moment, maybe Jan Groenendijk will think that he is not the favorite one in the tiebreaks, that after shortening the time, Yuri, who plays just only, like Ivan Antonenko said yesterday, Yuri Anikeev plays only the things he knows. And as he plays the things he knows, he is playing the openings very fast. And like Ivan mentioned, after the 30 moves of the game, out of 5 in blitz games, Yuri still has 4 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock, for example. And his opponent in that moment has 1 minute. So that's the huge time advantage, and that could let Yuri to calculate well in the end game and win the blitz or rapid game. You know, Yuri achieved many good results in the rapid and blitz games, won many titles. And I think that he is not to be eaten by Jan in the short games. He is not. If Jan wants to win this match, I think he probably should prefer finishing it in the classical games. But winning 2 games out of 9 left games against Yuri Anikeev, the world champion, despite the fact that Yuri Anikeev is now on 15th place on the world rating list, it will be extremely, extremely tough. So that's the thing. Okay, after 20 minutes of this game, you can see already that Jan is just not fulfilling those gaps on 19 and 20. The reason is simple. Just after the possible attack, he wants to keep the possibility of exchanging it, gaining some tempos, which is not maybe good in the possible classical position, but in surrounding position it can be actually good. And there are 2 simple moves possible to wait for Yuri, and then there is a necessity of choosing some plan. So, for example, if something like that will happen, I think that Jan already will start to go to 21 in this position after all the other drafts pieces were developed. And that could be the plan, building something like Podkova and surrounding the 28, because if Yuri decides to go to 36, from 36 to 27, his left wing will be very, very weak at the moment. And still, Jan Groenendijk has the possibility of going 1 to 6 and building this Olympic formation, including this 17 or other pieces that could go to this square to build this column and attack somehow 1722 in the future, even after going 1721 away. So I think there is more flexibility already in Black's position, and this is something, in my opinion, that that could force Jan to choose to play the same opening. But yeah, he decided to take this 24 under control, and he wanted to surround this 28. So that's in my opinion, that's the plan. Eric Burkevics, very good comments by you. Thank you for your insights. Of course, I will not give you the analysis and the plans like you get from the Dutch commentators like Ton Seybrands, Harm Wiersma, or other grandmasters like Martin van Eysendorn, etc. But there is a huge chance that one of my guests will be Wouter Sipma, so then we could learn from some grandmaster and try to understand what Jan is choosing, why is playing, because Wouter Sipma, of course, is the player who keeps practicing, training together with Jan in Team KNDB NL, so that will be a good portion of knowledge, I think. Mantas, fine, thank you. Watching the background with my 1-year girl. Okay, best regards to your daughter. Compliments for a quality broadcast. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for watching, of course, and sharing your passion, Draughts passion, to your family already. And exactly has happened what we expected. 43 to 39 and 16-21. Yeah, exactly what I was expecting in this moment. So leaving the gaps on 19 and 20, and now, you know, Yuri still has this one free move, but I don't think that he will want to make it already, because every time making a move is information given to your opponent, and this 49 to 43 could be a bit inconvenient. Why? Because if somehow Jan tries to surround this 28 by going to 22, if you go 49 to 43, you will never get to 44, and that's the problem sometimes, because of those threads, different threads, removing this 33, going here, and also 49 to 43 never gives the possibility of building this column, 44, 39, 33. I don't mean that this column will be necessary to play, but in some plans in the future of part of the game, it could be. So this move gives some information, despite the fact that it is looking absolutely normal. And we can see already that there are some issues, some problems with controlling this 27 spot. Same windy weather in Latvia. Greetings from Latvia to Lithuania. Okay, how Lithuania is doing, of course. Yeah, Baltic countries always are a huge part of our broadcast and community, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's take a look at victorias against Daria. What do we have now after the opening? So did Daria, the Victoria has chosen, like I said, the exchange to 21, and this exchange was played, and now I was thinking about 27-22, because in my opinion that's the logical move, because you break already the possibility of going to the close classical position for the opponent. And Victoria Motrichko has chosen to play 44-14. That lets black pieces to go to this classical position. So maybe Victoria is just not wanting to be too aggressive in such position. I'll take a look at the game Marta Bańkowska has mentioned. Another game that Marta Bańkowska has mentioned, which was between Arleta and Daria. Show list, let me check. Probably that was the game from the Tallinn. Kosobucka, Flisikowska, okay. European Championship, Tkachenko was the winner. Riga Open, Arleta was the winner. Okay, so that was the game probably in 2019. Yeah, similar. Okay, from different opening. So just as a curiosity, as you know, Wiktoria Motrichko is preparing to play against Daria Tkachenko, then probably, but I assume it is that way, is looking at all the games where her opponent lost points, or definitely lost the game. So that was one of the games played between Arleta Flisikowska-Kosobucka. Flisikowska was her surname, now it is Kosobucka after marrying Łukasz Kosobucki, of course. And Daria Tkachenko played black pieces. It was going like that, from the Dutch opening, like we call it in Poland. After 39-33, it was played like that, that. Here, the symmetry, exchange here to 22, here, now exiting to 29. Yeah, so this looks like the position that can be possible after the standard 38-22 and 18-23 and locking it. Yeah, now there was an exchange. Yeah. And here Daria decided to surround that way. So you can see already that despite the fact that she lost this game in the past, she wanted to play this plan against Wiktoria Motrichko. Here, 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 here. Very interesting position. Of course, at this moment it is indicated as the equal position. So that was the game from the 2019. And Arleta, with white pieces, has won this game. And Arleta has played till the losing moment. Arleta actually could lose on combination, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'll show you this moment. Do you know that, Marta, if you are watching? That Arleta could have lost it? That will be something to mention. I just want to find such moments to put it in some books, on some course or something. This is very interesting always. Here, here. So basically the position of Arleta was very nice, but she could lose on combination that Daria Tkachenko didn't find. Here, 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 and Arleta in this position exchanged here. So that was a lost position actually. That was a lost position because of the combination that Arleta probably didn't see. And already now scan shows that the best move in the position is here, to sacrifice a piece, and then to attack here and try to get some compensation maybe. But Arleta, nope, I didn't remember any details. Arleta has played this exchange, and here white pieces are losing. Daria played here 21-26, and you can see already how the advantage of white pieces has grown immediately. Did Arleta play the right exchange? Yeah, 22-17. Here, 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 and her attack was unstoppable. Yeah, extremely powerful. So just while making the lost move, I think Daria should have checked it for many times. Nice combination, by the way. Who will find it? Who will find it? How black pieces should make a combination in this situation? Eric, I think other channels are broadcasting in Dutch, and who can understand it? Only Dutch, yeah. But on the other hand, as they have two representatives playing in those matches, then they are, of course, willing to follow it. And it's reasonable, of course. Who finds the combination here? How Daria Tkachenko could have beaten Arleta Kosobucka-Flisikowska then 2019? Not a difficult one. So another reason why I think It's strange that Daria didn't find it. I did have some confirmation from the Streamlabs. I don't know what has happened. Robert Misans, hello, 1420, 1318 and 2024. That's right. And Samuel Azibekian as well. Quite an easy one, but a winning one. So yeah, at this level, I think that maybe Arleta just wanted, or differently, agreed that her opponent will make this combination and accepted it, maybe, somehow. Maybe she thought that he will use the free tempo here to catch this piece, but it is losing position already, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have equal number of pieces, but yeah, there is no possibility of playing with anything on this side. Maybe somehow Arleta thought it will not be a losing one, and so she lets Daria to make it, but that way I think that Daria just missed it, and immediately she played this move. Okay, so the conclusion of this is that Daria Tkachenko did not play the bad game in surrounding. She played quite well. So maybe that was the conclusion for Victoria Motrichko, not to play immediately 27-22 and to break the classical position. So she played to 40 and let Daria to go for the locked classical position. Who knows? But on the other hand, she is very, very patient here. Another plan to break the classical position is, of course, to lock this square 44 or to exchange somehow this 39 cover this 34, this possibility of making 2 for 2 exchange, or just going with this exchange with this thread 33 29, or sometimes like Jan 28 22 to move to have this column working, or this thread 33 29. There are many possibilities, but I think that maybe in such position it's not easy for white pieces to feel very comfortable, because look what is going on. 45 40, 14 20 and 50 45. Once again, this is a very important message to the opponent, because you know already that this square 44 will not be covered. Of course, there are some threats of going here and here, and probably there is no way to avoid such exchanges. Like, for example, going 12 to 18 could be a problem, because you can exchange here. You make this threat 1 for 2. And if your opponent even wants to exchange, there is no way to have a nice position after those exchanges. Yeah, it is always looking better for white, who can even make this exchange, and you can see how well developed is white position, and black has just so many gaps and position split divided to half. Yeah. So this is something that Victoria is just wanting to have here, but always black pieces can just wait, and even after you have this 1 for 2 and even you attack, maybe attacking is not the best option to do immediately, but even after such 1 for 2, there is always this one. And finally, if white pieces want to get piece back, must exchange to this 29. And here in this position, black position is better, yeah, because you attack and create some inaccuracies in the white's position. So it's interesting what will happen. And yeah, Daria plays the best move. Here 1 to 7, and now it's the moment for Victoria Motrichko. Now it's the moment for Victoria to choose the plan. And despite the fact that Victoria has played really fast in the opening, then she is losing time right now. She's finding the best plan, so maybe she's a bit surprised with Daria's attitudes. Maybe she just wants to make the perfect moves, which in opening is not so easy, and it's not increasing your chances of winning the game. After this 1-7, I'm really curious what will be a plan of Victoria Motrichko right now. That's the time to think, ladies and gentlemen. I will try to stay at home, Mantas, so you choose not to follow the windy weather. Yeah, it's never nice. It's never nice. By the way, of course, nice to see you, Roberts, on this stream. Mantas comments here, and we can switch to the gentleman game. What's going on there? What's going on there? Let's show the camera. You can see Jan sitting down, waiting for the move to come to his head. Just making the work. Okay, so we slowed down a little, and like I told you, I don't expect Yuri to make this move 49-43, and I was right again. And what is going on? 30-29 was the decision. So Scan suggested before this move to attack that direction, maybe to somehow exchange his opponent's central pieces and not giving the possibility of developing this 10. But on the other hand, the best way to get space in some limited positions is to attack 24. And this is the plan that we have seen already in the game number 1 or 3. It was number 3. The game number 3, Jan has attacked the 24 spot yesterday, and what is going on? Of course, if you try to block it, then there always will be a possibility of exchanging, leaving this column not so working to your opponent if you just want to break the position. But on the other hand, if you keep waiting all the time, you must also tell what is the possibility of waiting. For example, like this, you can go with 40, and you can see there is only one defender that can go to 24, and you have more chances to attack it. If Jan doesn't want to go for the locked position, probably it is safe. It is safe for white pieces. Probably it is safe, because after such continuation, for example, here. What is more, if Jan goes with something like that to the classical locked position, then always this Olympic is no longer active. So that's the that is going after the move that I suggested, 11-16. So yeah, still this move gives some informations to the opponent. So maybe it's not the best one here. I just wanted to show you what are the possibilities. Yeah. Maybe 39-34 here would not be a good move, but what I just want to show you that after going to the locked classical position, you have a safe possibility of going from 36 to 27, and then you have should have some compensation. You always will have the possibility of exchanging 37-21 to try to fight for this corner 26, and this 45 just can try to go for 25, and it looks like an equal position according to what computer says, the indicator, and of course this position already starts to need require some deeper analysis. What could be the move here? Because Scan is suggesting 14-12 should be played, but I don't think this move will happen. I don't think this move will happen. On one side, okay, this is somehow limiting Yuri Anikeev. There will also be possibility to exchange the semaphore clock to the forward to keep controlling some position, and maybe Jan would not be afraid of such exchanges, because after all the space here is controlled by black pieces, and maybe that could be something to achieve. Yeah, something like that. You can develop one, you can always build this important column, you can in some moment start to fight for 27. So yeah, it looks like it is slightly better for black. So maybe there is no need, no reason to be afraid of this exchange. 2-4-2. What do you think, by the way? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know what would you choose if you were Jan in this position? What move would you make? Absolutely understand why Jan is thinking. Of course, he spent already 8 minutes on this move, and maybe will spend some more. But after playing entire opening so fast, because they played half of the required moves till the time control in just 20 minutes, it means that they have time to find the best moves right now. But this position is not really easy to find the best move, to find the best continuation. Maybe in some plans even this exchange would be nice. But after all, maybe you are weakening your short wing too much. And then always this counter plan like this exchange, for example. So Jan's plan probably is to keep tension in the position and not to let Yuri, maybe to force a draws. That's the problem. Did you hear, by the way, what Rob Clerk has said, that Yuri is not playing too aggressively? And that's like offense or something? Goedemorgen, good morning all. Hello Marek, what are you doing? Studying or already holiday? Hello, hello, everyone joining us. What would you play in that position if you were on Jan's spot? If you want to help me, if you want me to help you, then we can turn the position, flip the board. So that's the black's position. And what to play? What to play? This 14, 12, 20, or something else. There is something in this position. There is something in this move. After I'm longer looking at the position, I think that this move is reasonable and maybe I would go for it. Just to somehow stop developing the short wing on white side. Luca, hello, nice to see you again. Luca, what would you play if you were playing black pieces in such position? Kuba says it's obvious 14 to 19. In my opinion, it's not so obvious. Because you are just leaving very simple plan for the white pieces. Yeah, now this move is very logical. Because even after going to 23, there will always be a possibility of going 34 to 34 and to have this exchange. So in such positions, just remember that it's not a good move to play something like 10-14. It could be riskful because after such moves, there will be always this exchange. And you can see already that position grows to half of a piece advantage for white pieces, yeah? If you don't have this exchange 24-29 that I mentioned, because this move goes and yeah, the advantage of white is slowly increasing. So I don't think 14-19 is a reasonable move. Podkova and 18-22 and GG. Preparing a room where I can study. Okay, but you are studying by yourself in home or you are at the university? But today is Saturday, so Sunday, so probably not. You were studying on Friday, right? The last photo you sent me. Podkova and GG. Yeah, Podkova is a good plan to realize against young Kuba Gazda, for example. You remember the game I won against you in Sanogi 2020? Yeah, that was working. That was like making the Podkova and GG. But against Grandmaster it's not so easy. For example, if you are playing against Podkova, this column is extremely vital, important. This is something I learned from the Dutch people. And if you want to surround the center against this column, this is more difficult, of course still possible somehow, but this is the way to defend, to keep this column in the position, to hold it. Time flies, and at this moment it is already 10 minutes of thinking for Jan Groenendijk. Oh, more, 12 minutes. I'm not looking at the right side. Let's flip board to the white side again. It was draw, I think. No, I beat you. Kuba, check the results, because thanks to winning against you, I was finally in the medal area. Otherwise, I would not be there. So please check it to be sure. What's going on in the Victorias and Darius game? Oh, after 1-7. Ooh la la. So once again we have like the same scenario. Quite quick opening, and then Victoria is losing much more time than her opponent. So I don't buy it, this plan of Victoria. I would definitely play here, because after all it gives you, in my opinion, easier option to choose the next moves. And you don't win the game in the very early phase of the game, so for me, it's not worth to lose too much time here. But Victoria is choosing quickly different plan, so if she wants to go for it, then I thought that she knows what to play. But at this moment, she spent already 16 minutes. 16 minutes on thinking right now. 16 minutes means that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth part of all the time pot you have for the entire game, entire 45 moves actually. Losing here 15 minutes. Of course, this is the moment to choose the plan and then she can start to play faster, but yeah. For example, for scan, the best move is to play here. That would be something interesting to break this and probably take here. Would you like to get such position in this game? I would like, because that would be something non-standard. That would be something original. 27-21. What else to play? If Victoria plays here, then Daria can exchange here. That would be something as well. This is working, because the plan for black could be not to allow develop those pieces. And if you attack, you lose the game. How dark pieces win the game right now? The question for you. Why this attack is losing? Who will find it? What's the idea of winning here? A really nice idea, by the way. Who finds how to win that with black pieces? Can you rotate the board? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. EMQ. How to win with black pieces? Very nice idea, common in a bit different position, in close classical position as well. You are well using the free tempos, creating here after this attack. Marta, 1621. Like Dino. On YouTube cannot, I believe. You mean rotate the board? I can that way. Or I don't know what he was meaning. 1621, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice idea. Very nice idea here. To use two free tempos, because your opponent takes, you take two pieces, and here. Another time you will have the free tempo. Like if your opponent takes here, you take, your opponent takes, and you create this combination. Oh, not this one. At first, sacrifice here. Just to have the... Okay, so maybe I did not see it clearly. But here it works. And the plan is simple, to make a breakthrough. So the best way for white is to sacrifice a piece. And another option, if your opponent takes here immediately, then you go there. So if white pieces take here, oh, it works the same way as well. I thought that it will be taken here. Oh, quite nice. But that way, is it working as well? Yeah, it is. So, the question, what would you like to have here? Because after that, you are losing 1 or 2 pieces. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 piece as well. So many variants in that combination, really nice. So finding this move is not so easy. Very nice trap. But yeah, finally it was not played. It was 31-26, and once again, almost immediately, Daria Tkachenko plays here, 13-18. Okay. So I was expecting that if to choose this plan by Victoria, maybe I would play that earlier, but now it's not looking like, you know, the plan she's having, but it is more like she just wants to wait because she doesn't know what to play. That's my judgment about this move, 31-26. Do you have another one? Do you think that it is planned by Victoria? Marta, I didn't think about 21-27. Yeah, you see how difficult it was. Not an easy one, yeah? Not an easy one, but very nice idea. We all learn something new. So in my opinion, this is the move which reason is that Victoria just doesn't know what to play after 19 minutes of thinking. 19 minutes she spent on thinking on this move. And that's the great strategy for Daria, in my opinion, you know? Because when your opponent thinks so much, of course, you don't walk around the playing hall and looking at men's game on something. You just sit down and it's time for you to hard work. And during that time, there are not many moves that Victoria could have chosen, yeah? Like this exchange, this move, or this move. That was, I don't think, the one to play. So Daria could have prepared for such obvious moves like this one, for example, and that was the reason why she immediately plays here. That is very logical move, of course, because it creates this column, which can be really important, 7, 12, 18. After, for example, white are going to 29. Because after here, the possibilities of this exchange will give better position for black, definitely. There is no Olympic, there is a very weak wing on the right side of things. From white side, yeah, very logical move. And it's once again turn of Victoria to choose something, because if she will just wait 36, 31, she is losing. Oh, there is a combination now working again. Okay. So once again, a bit more easy, I think, that time. Once again, why white pieces can't play 36-31? Come on, we'll do it together. Paranda, 24-29, sacrificing here, oh, can be here, sacrificing 1, 2, 3 pieces, then going 23-29, sacrificing 16-21, no matter how white pieces take, you have this move. Very, very nice idea. Napoleon Coup. Very popular combination, really nice to be made in such position. Very beautiful combination. Of course, it can be made as well by sacrificing here on the first move. Sometimes in some variation it might even look more effective. The same idea, of course, the order can be changed. Beautiful combination, the beautiful part of drafts. And once again, that's the reason why I do prefer, as the viewer of course, but as the player as well, closed positions, because you have so many interesting things to calculate, to see, so many nice traps to trick your opponent, and Yeah, recently I was playing this Polish team championship. I played 6 rounds, and finally, I in every round I just got a very, very sharp position. And I was playing Polish championship last year because I'm not so active player, of course. But when I do play, I just want to play very, very sharp positions. That is something that gives you the true beauty of the game, where you can sit down and think of that. Marek Hollander, beautiful, that's right. Paranda, very, very well. This is easy, 24-19. Okay, Samuel, you were probably talking about 24-19, so you also were finding the best combination. Nice, very beautiful, of course. So after 13-18, I'm flipping the board to Victoria's side as previously. Yeah, and now after another 5 minutes, Victoria chooses to play 34-30, and she takes the single exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, that's obviously the fact that it was Daria Tkachenko who won the opening. Daria Tkachenko played this opening better, managed the time better, and Victoria is just missing something because she is playing, you know, this edgy move, then not knowing what to play further, making this exchange. Probably she was seeing the combination after 36-31. By the way, was it possible to play 37? No, yeah, of course not. You have the same combination, the bridge shot, yeah? Beautiful move by Daria Tkachenko. This 13-18, logical and creating so many threats. So after this move, the necessity of playing quite a good position, and in my opinion, Victoria should go for that. I would go for that. I would go for this double exchange. And I would prefer this position than the position that Victoria got finally. It means that Victoria did not see it all after making this move, 31-26. Definitely she did not understand all the threats created by 13-18 in this position. Definitely she wanted to play something like that later. In my opinion, of course. But it looks like that. Daria Tkachenko is the one who is winning the opening phase of the game. So she gets more flexible, better position, and she has over 25 minutes more than her opponent. Eric's, I could not find solution of any two combinations and I wasn't drinking yesterday, shame on me. Time to improve our level together. So we are just analyzing it, we are showing the beautiful solutions, and we are trying to progress, me and you as well, together. Using, of course, the computer assistance, not to spend too much time on it, but with the computer it's easier. Then we can focus more on the mental side and trying to understand the next move of the players, how it was chosen. Eric, you're not alone. Meanwhile, look what happens at men's game. After attack 34-29, I told you it's not easy to choose the right plan, and at this moment Jan Groenendijk is thinking for 27 minutes. At this moment he spent on this move third part of the entire time given for 45 moves. Come on. It is not difficult to find the counter plan, the continuation from this point, but yeah, every move comes with consequences. That's the reason why he can't play that fast, and yeah, it's tough to make such decisions. And what I really don't like while playing drafts is the fact that, for example, in such position, I make the decision after thinking even those 20-30 minutes, and then after the move I think to myself, oh, I forgot to take into account one more thing, and I could have made a different decision. Paranda, I agree with you, Damian. Daria is better now. Thank you very much for agreeing with me. Yeah, this opening was definitely better for Daria Tkachenko. When will we have the answer from Jan Groenendijk? So after the opening, we could expect that this game will be played quite fast. It will be going to the drawish variants, but what we see instead of that, we see very tense game and the difficulty of choosing the next plan by Jan Groenendijk. By the way, they could have asked the referees not to cover the cameras while checking the time and the notation. Just lose thinking. "29 minutes spent on thinking on this move, and probably will wait a bit for this move of Jan Groenendijk in this position. Now, after gaining the time advantage, Wiktoria Motrichko knows that this opening was better for her. At this moment, of course, it looks normal, yeah? But the fact that you are missing some pieces here on this spot, the fact that your piece has went to 30, you no longer can use this column, 45, 40, 44, to have some possibilities of opening this position. This could cause some drastic problems for Wiktoria Motrichko, in my opinion. Let's try to see what is possible to play. Of course, this move is not possible. This is not wanted as well, I think, because there is, this move. And if you go here, you take, and there is this attack, you go and you play here, Really nice idea to unlock the position, And this is something that Daria must be careful about, because normally, if you could have developed this piece to 7, from 7 to 11, probably that would be good in many options. Because now you must be careful about this piece if it won't be the hanging one, After especially playing something like that, and that would be a disaster for black pieces, because you can't move here and here. So this is not the plan. This move is logical, of course, but the question is what is going further. And Daria Tkachenko, after spending 8 minutes, chooses the move suggested by the computer and the logical one. So the question now is what after 37, 31? Because once again, computer wants to break the position and get some space by exchanging here 27, 21. Still, in my opinion, it is okay, but I would prefer that without this exchange that Wiktoria made. But it's done already. Here in that position, there is extraordinary move going here, 24, 29. Of course, you must avoid some possibilities of attacking here, So after creating a tempo, you don't even have this move to 25, but you have this threat. Okay. Or maybe I'm starting to understand Wiktoria. Do you think that could be the part of her plan? To now make this exchange, because you are having this gap on 39 to create this threat. And if your opponent plays here 2 to 8, for example, okay, I thought that there could be some bigger threats, but there is not, because after that you are losing because of here, you take here, and if your opponent takes here, then there is a simple combination, and you go to the king. And if your opponent takes here, you simply take this piece, making a threat 1 for 3. You must avoid somehow here, and you lock the pieces. So the number of pieces is equal, but this is horrible. Those 4 pieces are locked. So if there were something after this move, then okay, I could understand Wiktoria, but there is nothing. There is nothing. Or maybe just the limitation that this move will be not possible in the future, so you play something like that. And what to play by black pieces? You play something like that, white wait, just opening this gap for this attack, And also you don't want to play here because there is this threat for majority. And what to play with white pieces, with black pieces, something like that must be finally played. So this position is something that can be forced in this game. The question is, what would you prefer? Because still I think I would prefer black pieces. I just don't like this wing of white. And you have so many free moves, so many possibilities. You can then attack, you can exchange, try to attack this wing, you can exchange back, have again 1 here holding the wing. Black's position is much more flexible in my opinion. So far I don't like how the men are playing. Games are too simple and will all draw. There is a huge possibility for that, Parando. Unfortunately for us, the viewers. But finally, girls deliver some more interesting games and positions like this one. And that is something maybe that is worth for us to follow. Oh, we finally have the decision from Jan. So after thinking, ladies and gentlemen, 32 minutes and a half. So over the third part of the time, he goes 1822. So immediately he is choosing to play the surrounding plan and exchanges to 24. Of course, there is a small threat here. He wants to take control over the 21 and 22 square. So he decided this piece 1 is important to have the possibility in the future to build Olympic or just not to miss a tempo right now in this attack. What can be played? Of course, White must react for this threat, and I think we will expect this move. It looks better, just intuitionally, than this one. 39-34 will be played. And what then? And what then? So is Jan wanting to play something like that? He must be careful about this move, yeah, after losing this column. So yeah, this is definitely not working. This column must stay here, not to let white pieces to go to 23, because then it would be very powerful. Here, this piece disturbs black's position a lot. So many different threats, so many possibilities. For example, after this one, even exchanging that way gives white such a good position. And this piece, there is nothing to do with it. It's supported with this column, it's supported somehow with this column, with this piece that can come to 38. So once again, after this move, it will be quite difficult to choose something for black. Computer shows this move, but again, this is not a human move. This is not something that you want to play at first glance. Why? Because you are creating another gap in your position. You have already so many gaps here, and when you are looking at white position, it is tight. Pieces are cooperating, working together, standing together, arm by arm, and then you look at black position. Despite the fact it's controlling the space on the board, yeah, too many gaps in my position, in my opinion. Marek says, I like Jan's move. Okay. Marek, let's form a group and have anonymous meeting. It is a great idea. Okay, for what? Because I haven't read the comments before. Thanks, Marek. Not sure if I feel better because of this fact. If we as failures, we are not the failures, of course, form a group and bond together like anonymous alcoholics do, share our pain, then maybe I could. Okay, so that was the reasoning. Marta Bańkowska, is it possible? Jan pretended to think, clearly close to repeat game 2 and obvious moves followed, so I'd be surprised if it wasn't prepared in advance. That's an interesting theory. So we know already that top players bluff from time to time. And you can bluff by many ways. For example, making a move you didn't calculate it at all. You calculated it somehow, but you are not 100% sure of it. And you make the move. And another bluff could be the time message. So time tell, I would say it, from the poker game, for example, yeah? Because you have many tells in poker. So your opponent, for example, tells you something with his behavior. So the theory of Marta is that Jan Groenendijk is just bluffing, showing that he is thinking, losing maybe, controlling this position, and that's just the part for Yuri Anikeev to feel secured in this position and maybe make some mistake. What do you think about that? That's an interesting point of view, of course. 10-15. After 40, 34. Okay, so for me, more logical and better looking was this move. This also has some reasoning after it, of course. In case of going 28-23, you have more central squares just holding your position in the center. After all, this is a column, this is a formation. If you think that this column will not be used in this game, probably will not, because there is no intention of black pieces to go for a square 23. Logical. Then you can move 40 to 34. And now quite a quick move from Jan Groenendijk. So now he played after just 1 minute. So yeah, that would be an argument for what Marta is saying, that now he's playing fast because he knows what to play in this position, just keep on surrounding this 28. Despite the fact he's creating some gaps in the position, yeah, the mentioned one. Maybe Marta, if he pretends, he took too long pretending. Half an hour. It's a long time of thinking, yeah. I don't think Jan is that kind of person playing theater. If only he has started attending actor classes at his university. That would be something. After all, we are all actors somehow, because we want to act somehow during the rounds. If we, for example, fall on the combination, we just don't want our opponent to know it immediately. We just don't start to laugh. That could be the part of acting. So maybe every drafts player should have some acting lessons. What do you think? There could be something in it. And now I think that Yuri will spend some time on thinking. And after all, the difference now is only 15 minutes, because before this really long thinking time from Jan, there was a 15 minutes advantage. Yeah, 15 minutes advantage there was on Jan's side, and now he's missing this 15 minutes after thinking over half an hour. And I think that we'll have some thinking time from Yuri's side. Meanwhile, going to the ladies' game, of course. After this exchange and going 8 to 13, yeah, I was talking about this 27-21, and I told you that I don't expect that Victoria will play it. So, yeah. That would be logical after this exchange creating this threat, but when Victoria plays here, 37-31, she absolutely is just losing the control in this game. So all the recent moves were just the reason of losing the control. And Daria plays well. Yeah, just attack, exchange some pieces on the weak side of white pieces. There is no possibility probably of playing this move, because anyhow you must exchange back later and weaken this piece even more. And simple plan for black, going from 9 to 20. Come on, it's a very problematic position for Victoria Motrichko, for the holder of the world champion title, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very simple plan. So something like that must be played. We'll have this exchange probably. And what then? Such a weak wing. Only plan is to go to 34 and exchange to 22, but it will take moves, many moves. And very, very simple play for the dark pieces. Probably something like that will happen. And the question is if this exchange is good or not. Can we bring a bit more pressure here? Is this move possible? It is not, probably. Okay, yeah, sure. This move is working. You can't play here because there is this combination. You're losing. So you must take here. And, okay. Definitely black pieces don't want to play that. So what could be played after that? And just waiting somehow to 8? Because every move that will not lead to any exchanges will cause Victoria Motrichko thinking and losing more time. And that will be, in my opinion, of course, Daria's plan for this game, as she is holding the simple play. It must be attacked? What without that? This is losing? No way to defend? Oh, okay, because you have this threat. I forgot about that. I forgot that after that you have this move, and no matter which direction you take, you have this combination. So that would force black pieces to exchange this 22. Okay. But still, you know, even after going here and exchanging 11, 17, white pieces don't have an Olympic, yeah? You have the easy plan to go for 26 corner and 25 as well. There are possibilities for that. Just more flexible position for white pieces all the time. Even if it will be directing to the close classical endgame, yeah? Simple play. What will happen, and it's the Victoria Motrichko who must think. Paranda, somehow I think Daria will win. At this moment, I share your thoughts. At this moment, my intuition tells me that it's Daria favorite in this game. At this moment, I just share your thoughts. There is also another thing to consider, yeah? The mental part of the entire game. Because just reminding you how the game started, yeah? It was like Victoria is creating, you know, from the very first move. Victoria is locking after 1823. So she wants the sharp game. She doesn't want to exchange from the very beginning. He wants it locked. And she thinks that she will be the one running this game. And then she gets to the position where she is losing herself, yeah? After, in my opinion, not going to 22 at this moment. After this plan and after playing this move. She is getting the worst position. So it's not only like, you know, you're the stranger, you sit down and you get the position and you must calculate and find the right plan, yeah? You have the baggage of the previous moves of this game. So Victoria hasn't got what she wanted in this game. And that's many times, in my opinion, of course, the reason why you get lost, confused somehow. And you start to make bad moves and many times you lose the game. That's the part that could be deciding. If I'm not mistaken, Daria played in Dutch team recently. She's having the best practice possible. She's representing Netherlands, and to represent Netherlands you must stay in the country for at least 1 year, as far as I know. And if she plays for the Netherlands, it means that she lives there. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Marta knows that. And of course, staying in the Netherlands at this moment when Russia is suspended, it's the greatest, best surrounding environment to practice, to progress, to play all the time against best players in the world. And the Dutch national competition is probably the best regular competition in the world. I would like every country to have such a strong league, team format play. I'd love to have something like that in Poland. We are better than when we were a few years ago because, for example, the finished on Sunday team championship gathered 10 teams in the standings into the list of participants, and is better than having 3 teams in recent years. But, you know, we don't have resources to engage 10 people from each club every 2 weeks on one day to travel across entire Poland, etc. Because, of course, Netherlands is smaller, much smaller than Poland. It's easier to organize something like that in Netherlands. But it creates this environment to play, to practice. Exactly as planned, 31-37, double exchange is going on. And I do expect this exchange, but maybe before that, Victoria will decide to check more. Yeah, she played already. And that could be the loss of tempo. You know? Can you see that how engine works? After this one shows 0.1 advantage for black and now 0.3. So once again, Victoria is doing everything not to go to the 6th line. That can be a problem. Can you share your thoughts of the past 1+1 tournaments and why did you stop playing, Damian? Yeah, of course, I just lost time to keep it going, and my thoughts, I love such events, and also I want to hold and organize such events by myself, and I can tell you already that from since the match ends I will be streaming more and more, because this is something that I want to do for living, yeah? Creating this checkersTV channel and also my Polish channel warcabyTV, and I just want to create more and more content. I just want to bring more products, more courses, more private lessons that you can buy on the site, more side of the, you know, promoting, popularizing drafts, and this is something that I really want to do. I want to be many hours streamer and something, and I just wanted to, you know, to adapt after this match, because this match creates you nice chances to get some audience, get used for the audience to follow the streams, to check what is going on in the drafts world, and also see the competitions, the games that streamer is playing. So lack of time recently, some other duties that I did have that I will not have in the future, and I want to stream more. I did see, by the way, Eric, your comments after some video with Martin I published. I guess you commented there. Sorry that I didn't respond, but yeah. Such tournaments are really nice. I hope there will be more. I will try to organize some by myself, just to create a place where you can play, talk together, like the chat of the stream, for example. And we can together entertain the game of drafts. 45-40 played by Victoria Motrichko gives, once again, simple play to Daria Tkachenko. Just going further, 9-14, probably this move could be played, and this 14-12. And now this exchange is not that strong. The reason is that after this exchange, there is no longer this plan working, 33-29, and the position of black pieces is much more flexible. I hope the broadcast will be in English. On this channel, only English, Samuel. With 45-40, black can play 9-14, try to attack the right wing. That's right, Poranda. That's the plan that probably will happen. This could be in the future, then you can log the square number 8, you have possibilities of exchanging, just trying to attack this wing. Yeah. But this exchange will be a necessity for black, probably to avoid all those plans of unlocking the position. I really would not like to play this position with white pieces. I do prefer black pieces. I do prefer black pieces in this position. And this is something that really likely might happen. Oh, I didn't change the camera, so we can, by the way, see what are the faces of the players. What do you see in the way how they sit, how their faces look? I know this is small from that point of view, but it looks that both women are really involved in thinking, and you know, just having this position right over the board shows, in my opinion, that you are really deep into calculations, and you know the meaning of next moves, how important they are. I think it is going that way. Let's check the gentleman game. I will not change the camera so you can see if we have any updates in the women's game after 10-15. Okay, 37-31 decision finally from Yuri Anikeev side, and 11-16. Okay, so what is going on with this move? Definitely after this exchange that can happen, of course, in the game, there is a simple plan of building this column and still creating some threats with the possibility of exchanging it and attacking the long wing. Very interesting round, by the way, because we have different plans probably and different wings attack. Because here it could be like attack of the long wing, left wing of white, and in the women's gear we have the possibility of attacking the second wing. So it's nice that we have some different things in different games. So we can cover more topics, more strategies in Draughts. I cannot recall my comment. I hope I was decent. You were, of course. Sometimes my tongue is too sharp and I say things I regret later. Some people said, don't regret anything you do because in the end it makes you who you are, so don't regret it. It's not a problem, of course, never. And it's, for me, it's a big value for that you leave so many comments, for example, and I encourage every one of you to remember to leave the thumb up on the video, to leave the comments, even if you write something like, hello, greetings from somewhere, comments, leave the comments, because YouTube algorithm will promote this content to other new people only if they will see your involvement. So please comment, share, like the videos, and this is very, very, very interesting, very necessary to have. Okay, Yuri is playing 49-44 and is not exchanging to 27. So probably he thinks that at this moment, keeping this exchange 21-27, it's not possible for black to exchange and attack the wing. Maybe he would be afraid of letting that happen from Jan's side. And maybe that's the reason why Yuri Anikeev plays here, because now this exchange, take, probably white will take here, not to give the possibility of this attack. You go here, you can open here all the space, but even though this piece looks like a weak one, and probably you must attack, and there will be this exchange gathering additional 2 tempos, you just play here, and maybe you'll force a draw with white pieces. There is an advantage on black side. For example, looking at this piece, if that was here, then everything is perfectly normal and maybe even slightly better for white. But this one is not a good one, but you always can attack. And this is not too much to win the game. Such better position for Jan Groenendijk is probably not enough better position to win the game, and he knows that. He will know that probably, and if he only finds another plan, like this for example, maybe, he will follow it and will not choose to make this exchange, in my opinion. Thanks, I do thank you, Eriks, I do thank you. I don't think Jan goes for this plan, because we don't want to see more exchanges, and he definitely doesn't want to see more exchanges and simplifications in the game. I'll open my window to have some fresh air here. From time to time you'll be able to hear some ambulance or something, because I live near the hospitals, 3 of them. But fresh air will help me thinking about the game. Daria Tkachenko, how long she's thinking right now? Definitely she's aware of how important that game is and that position is. And she thinks and she knows that she is the better one in this game. And obviously it is the truth. By the way, I showed the donation bar up to the right. I hope it's not bothering you. And that way I just wanted to thank to Franz de Jong for donating 2 times. Thank you very much. It's always something that I do appreciate. It helps in developing the channel, the projects, to promote the drafts. Damian, are you using lead drafts? If so, maybe lead drafts could improve program that you could move piece 45 to 37 like you just show. It is possible when you edit the position, you mean, yeah? So when I see that variant, I make the new chapter. Oh, it's alt position. Oh, sorry. I here create a new chapter. I just move 45 here, and you see that from the position minus 0.2, it is now plus 0.1. So it means that value of bringing this piece here, according to scan on lead drafts, is 0.3 part of the piece. So you can see that it is improving your position, of course. Paranda says, it's clear Anikeev is playing very safe. Yep, absolutely it is. Okay, got it, great, you're welcome. You're welcome, Erix. It's important now for Daria to think as she should now. She has an advantage and keep the pressure, try to win. Absolutely agree. And about this position, because we are at that moment right now, and Daria is thinking already for 12 minutes. There haven't been such long thoughts on one move from Daria till that moment, I think. But absolutely, she understands well that that is the moment. That is the moment to find the right plan, to find the right move and try to use it. Try to go for the victory against Victoria Motrichko. And that would be something, yeah? Almost everyone typed that Victoria Motrichko, after her performance during the year, and many victories against Daria Tkachenko, because she defeated her at least 2 times in the important tournaments, that Victoria Motrichko definitely is the favorite to win the title. And at this moment, it looks like Daria Tkachenko is just playing very, very well and causes many troubles to Victoria Motrichko. In this game, she can even break the current world champion and win the first game of the match. It is like possible. Oh, I expected Jan not to make this exchange, but probably Jan didn't find anything reasonable in this position and yeah, decided to make this exchange. So now I think this attack is something that we will see, and that will be the position that will happen. That will be 32nd move of the game. So probably it will be hard to find a result in men's game today as well. Daria has never lost a match. Samuel, okay, that's a thing I didn't know. How many matches did she play? How many matches did she play? I did not see for schedule, but I wonder if the Christmas for the players and the judge or drafts Grinch has stolen from them. Not only from them, but from me as well, and from the commentators as well. Maybe they will have some Christmas Eve after the match, but the round will be played normally during the Christmas Eve from 10 to when it's finished. 3 matches, I believe. Okay, 3 matches Daria has played and all the matches she has won. Oh, that's a great value. That's a great value to judge, to predict the result of the match, of this match between Daria and Victoria. This is something that I didn't think about, to be honest. Oh, Daria plays here 2-8. After thinking 14 minutes. So she spends 14 minutes and she plays a move after which Victoria gets a small advantage. Okay, so she wants to exchange after that? She thinks that Victoria will play this move and she can exchange it and she wants to play it like there is a lot of pieces and to hold it somehow. Maybe this exchange? This is something that Daria wants in this game? It doesn't bring in any bright future, in my opinion. What could be the idea of this plan? Because now after this exchange you don't have any good possibility of exchanging this piece. After that, this combination works or not? No, it's losing. But after that, white pieces get better position. For example, that way. This attack. So this is better for white, as those pieces 6, 11 are not working well. And if you want to somehow move those pieces, then still you can't go to 14 because there is such possibility. I don't get it. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. How would you explain that decision from Daria? That move surprised me. 2-8 seems not logical at all, so perhaps long thinking and bad playing, but let's see what she was thinking. It's a pity, you know? This is something disappointing. For me as the viewer, especially for Daria as a player. So you see the nice attitude, the nice game, and then after long thinking and choosing the possibility of choosing the right logical plan, you see something like that. You see the move that is not logical at all. And gives Victoria only chances. Oh well, can't understand that. Quick look at Gentleman's Game. We are still at this moment. Let me show you that Yuri is sitting by himself at the board, but I don't think anything else than 31-26 can be seen here, because all other moves like this one, for example, will make Jan to attack, and if you escape you get very bad piece 36. And if you lock, you have a very bad piece 36. So everything causes problems. Only option, in my opinion, would be to attack. After this one, you attack as well. Maybe about something like that is thinking Yuri, but it's not working because this piece is to be lost. Yeah, definitely, we must see the move 31-26. No other way. Maybe Daria is acting right now and she's choosing the bad moves, trying to say, come on Vika, exchange it, go for it, attack. I have a surprise for you then, despite there is none. And maybe that's the way how she wants her opponent to spend, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of calculating that. Oh my god, she made such an unlogical move. There must be something. Maybe that's the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take a short break as I'm commenting already for almost 2 hours. We are slowly getting to the time control, but after a few more moves we'll know much more. The question now, the most interesting is the position between women, because we are probably waiting for the obvious moves at the Gentleman's Game and slowly getting probably at this moment for the 4th draw in this match. But here what will happen, that is very interesting. What will be chosen by Victoria Motrichko? I'll try to answer this question. We'll try to see what will be the answer to this question in a few minutes after I take the short break. So, see you soon.
Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
One look, the heat is rising, and I've been cold for so long. One touch and we're igniting, setting fire to it all. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think that we can stop it now, 'cause baby our love is gonna burn down. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think I wanna stop it now, 'cause baby our love is gonna burn.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. After a short break, let me see what's going on here on the board. First game between ladies, Victoria Motrichko, and maybe I will just turn on off the music. I must update it somehow because I'm using it for all the streams just in case when I'm making some break. Okay, so after this exchange, of course, according to computer's indication, there's a draw. And attack 12-18. It's quite strange for me, you know, because Daria Tkachenko has been thinking 14 minutes to make this move 2-8 that we didn't understand together. And then she gets obvious continuation from Victoria, and now she spends another 10 minutes on most obvious move, which is attack. I don't get it. I don't get it. And what is interesting right now, that could be the plan that I haven't looked yet. But black pieces in that position can make a double exchange 24-30. And honestly, it looks interesting. Do you think that maybe that could be the part of plan for Daria? That is the reason why she played 2-8 and covered this gap on 8? Because otherwise there would be the possibility of capturing 2 pieces, of course. But do I like this position? It looks like there is no chance of successful attacking of this wing, but maybe there somehow is. After such move, here, exchange, you have this defender here. How you would like to attack this wing? Here, setting a traps for such moves, or even better for this one. Oh my god, Victoria Motrichko, the holding world champion, will not lose on such combination, of course. Is this exchange possible somehow? That would give some advantage to dark pieces. Oh, there's a combination, of course, okay. So you would be forced to exchange back. Okay, that's not good. Maybe that's a continuation here, but I think Daria definitely would not like to exchange pieces in this position when she created some tension, some chances, some possibilities of making the mistake for her opponent to exchange it. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, Kuba Gazda thinks that 7-12 will be played and then 11-17, yeah, but the problem is that there is this move, there is this exchange. There is this exchange and everything is solved, because now this piece is so extremely strong that you must exchange it and you will take probably that direction, but you take 27 under the control and there is nothing to do with black pieces. There is no chance of winning it. But it was played. It was played and this double exchange was played as well. So after 2 hours of the game, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like this game also, despite of the chances we did have in the opening, is going to the drawish variants. It looks like that. Let's check what's going on in the gentleman game. So we were left at this moment. Let's switch the camera. So I did expect the attack and that was played. So we got to this position and this move 48-42. That was the position we expected many moves before. What was played after? 13-18. So in my opinion, I did not expect Jan to make this exchange because I thought that he will think this is not enough for the winning. Of course, there are now more pieces to the right side. Looking from drafts, you can see dividing the board to half that there are 6 pieces to the left, to the right, and only 3 pieces to the left. It means that you must somehow balance the pieces, and if you can do it with an exchange, also getting some tempos, here 2 tempos, then it should be a good idea. And Yuri is playing to 29. Of course, if there were 5, 6 tempos more for black, then maybe going to 17, exchanging, going to 19 again, creating Podkova again, surrounding this 21 lonely again, could be promising, but here I think this is not enough. Of course there are weak pieces like this 45, like this 36, but it looks like black pieces are just not having enough tempos to follow this game. For example, something like that, like that, like that, like that. Okay, maybe somehow white pieces will be forced to go further, but still, it's not looking like a winning option. There is still option of making this column with some threats. Like here, here, and the combination. Of course, it will not happen. Hard to say, hard to say. There are so many different options in such open position right now. What could be the plan of Jan? Of course, if he doesn't decide to make this exchange 1924, then there could be possibility of this exchange. For example, after this move, immediately you go to 24, you go to attack, and you don't have any problems right now. Even the indication of the position would be 0.3 for white at this moment. Like Eric says, also material is getting less and less, and when you are getting less and less pieces, the chances for the draws increase. What do you think, by the way, about international drafts? Because I was talking about that to Marta Bańkowska, and now when we try to understand and to explain the reasoning of playing international drafts as an exciting games, the problem of this game is winning games, yeah? Because you must have a huge advantage to win the game. If your opponent goes to the king, you must have at least 4 kings. 4 kings, come on. It's really difficult to realize such an advantage in international drafts. That's the reason why so many draws are happening in the games between grandmasters. So the first version of the 100 square drafts were the Frisian drafts from Netherlands, yeah, where you can also capture diagonally and vertically. Not diagonally and not only diagonally, but vertically and horizontally. So that's the reason why in the end game even 2 kings against 1 king can win a game. And do you think that that's a problem of international drafts, that too many games between the best players end in a draw? Do you think? Let me know what's your thoughts about that. Isn't this enough exciting? And that brings us to another question, if we don't want to speed up the games. Because I'm definitely for shortening the games. And even though in such matches for the world titles, just changing the formula and playing faster, shorter games, more games to have more excitement for the viewers, etc. It might be not fair, it might be not showing the best skill, but then on the other hand we might have matches like, yeah, everyone is playing safety without risking too much. The game definitely has too big drawing margins as it is at a high level, Marek says. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Even after this move, this exchange still is reasonable, because this is not bringing to win this piece, because even if you lose it temporarily, like we saw in the previous game, then you have this continuation. After that, you might have even better position for white. This is better move actually, according to computer. So to see more mistakes, I think it is necessary for us to make games shorter, ladies and gentlemen, to keep it more exciting. The great idea was made in China, and thinking logically, if you are a drafts player, you probably think logically. If the country who has the biggest money, the biggest possibilities, is shortening the game, and they created the mind games from the long classic games into rapid and blitz ones, then it means something. It means something. It's the direction where it is attractive to show to other people, because getting to a sport that is only for passionates, it's not a way. It's not a way of promoting, of creating better environment for players, being famous, of reaching the money, etc. Take a look at Magnus Carlsen. He is playing only the short games right now, almost only. We, in my opinion, must do the same in drafts, in checkers. To have a brighter future. And even such tournaments, like Eric says about what I was broadcasting, 1+1, this drafts Champions League. Many victories, many speed games, fast games. Of course, it's not possible when you play rapid and blitz, okay? It's not possible to explain everything what is going on the board, but you can just focus on the key moments, show it to the viewers, explain that. Or after the game is finished, sum it up, show the most interesting moments. Eric's, yes, to follow such games on lead drafts it's not very exciting, but watching your stream is better. There you do show exciting variations. I think that fast games are more exciting. Thank you very much for saying that, of course. So that's the reason why I think that only move to make is 1924. The only move that can avoid this exchange is 15-20, and maybe this is something that Jan is thinking about, but in this position, this 15 piece against this 21 is very important. So giving White the possibility of building other formations without the possibilities of exchanging could be problematic, because even after this one, you know, moving this 15 always comes with such threats, for example, yeah, 2-4-2 with a breakthrough to the king. So I don't think Jan will play that. I think the only possibility is to see this exchange. So I don't know when Jan is thinking that much. And also the way the game was played finally, I think, stops us from considering the conspiracy theory that Marta Bańkowska told us on the chat, that maybe Jan was acting by long thinking and he was after the preparation. And I think that he didn't have the right idea to force this position to some more exciting moment, creating chances for winning, because yeah, Yuri slips away and will play a draw probably. Let's go to the ladies. Victoria versus Daria. So that was the position, and Daria is not exchanging this piece immediately. Of course, it's not necessary to do it right now. As we were expecting, after this exchange there could be move to 27. Now after moving 9 to 14 it will be also possible to go to 27. Maybe not directly, maybe with 36 now, and then trying to cover this 27 again, because finally Daria will exchange this piece 17. There is no other possibility, and Daria will want to move 6 into the game. In some future cases, maybe there is some slight possibility that this piece 6 will go to 21, controlling this corner, and black pieces will have also the possibility of controlling the another, but the tempo's difference is not big probably, and will not be the big one. There is 36-31 move, and now I think there is nothing more that we can see, because after going 14 to 20 immediately this move works with this threat. This is something that Daria will not want in this game, so definitely she will exchange now. Definitely, in my opinion, Daria will exchange now forward, because here taking backwards just gives too much possibilities of maybe even attacking this this wing for white checkers, white drafts. Maybe even this exchange, this could be a good plan to bring the more stronger attack. This exchange will happen, in my opinion, for 99%. GMI Daria needs to explain why she played 2-8 in that position to the viewers. Very disappointing. Yeah, showing this position back. That was the position after great plate opening where Daria had an advantage. the big time advantage. She did have, at this moment, 36 minutes more than her opponent Victoria. 36 minutes more, so over the twice time that Victoria has in this position. Such a well-played opening, and despite attacking the wing, which is a very logical plan, she decided to play 2-8 and let Victoria do the simplifications on the wing that was overwhelmed and just helped her opponent absolutely. So Daria at this moment did everything to help Victoria, and now maybe she's still helping her. What is this move for? Ladies and gentlemen, Daria Tkachenko is not wanting to exchange that. Maybe she knows that way she is just opening the position and is not creating any chances anymore. But this move can be very problematic in the future. Of course, she stops her opponent from playing such moves because there is this threat still working, 1 for 3. But it's not the only move to play. Scan wants to exchange that. After that, okay, it would be some kind of logical because you have this move and then finally you can exchange this piece. But sometimes you'll get even not so clear position. After this one, that could be a nice plan. I think that we could have a position, we can still have a position in this game where Daria will become the victim of her own ideas that are just too strange. Sometimes not playing the simple game could be problematic, and I think that slowly Daria can become victim of it. Eric's nice idea, I hope she does. I hope she does on the Dutch stream because, yeah, original Dutch stream asked me if I want the interviews with the players. I told, okay, let's skip it for now, maybe in further part of the match, just because it's creating some technical issues, problems, or maybe challenges, I'll call that. So I just told them, okay, let's stop, let's handle with that. Okay, no 32-28, but 31-27. That was the move number 33, and Victoria has 17 moves, 17 minutes and 31 seconds left on her clock for 12 moves to make. Okay, as this move was something that I could understand, then I will not understand this move. Because then definitely this one stands on the side, yeah? After such exchanges or something, maybe the stand can still go somewhere here. But going to 15 would be just very strange. But yeah, everything can be expected from Daria's side. Will she just hold without? But now it's logical. She is waiting not to let her opponent to play 40-34. Now after this move it will be possible, but not all the exchanges will be good, of course, because in case of such thing you can go and you can take to 47, probably better. Yeah. And then the game will be a draw. Hard to understand plans of Daria. Maybe to move 14-20. This is very not logical, absolutely, and losing, like you can see already, because immediately it creates this threat, yeah? 40-34, and this column works, and you have the possibility of going there. And what comes up, yeah? Even if you go something like that, and you cover this gap, even wanting exchange it later, if it will be possible, there is always this Philip Coup possibility, and you break through. There is no way to avoid the breakthrough. Exchange, this piece will break through. You must sacrifice a piece. Another option would be, if you wait here, you always just go there. And you use the fact that this column is not working, and this is a deadly threat. This 1 for 2. This column can become very powerful. And of course Daria plays 10-15. Yeah. consistent. Consequences of her plan. Not now, after 10:15, okay. After 10:15, maybe it's her plan, but what then? For example, here, what then? You can see that probably advantage of white pieces grows. Because you wait all the time, but for what you are waiting? What's the goal of waiting? Yuri versus Jan Groenendijk, and as expected, of course, 1924 has happened, and then 45, 40, 8-13 as expected, 40, 44. So those were the moves we expected? Don't know. Guess so. So it looks like this piece is not too strong, and there are some chances of attacking it, but when we look closely at the possibilities, for example after this move, we see that there is no way of using it. Even if you play something like that and want to exchange here, white pieces can just wait and create other chances. After this exchange, it is possible just to go here, force this attack. This is not winning. It might look risky, but again, if you calculate well, it is just a draw. You will not win this position. Even by going here, here, here. Still, it's a draw. This is something that might look risky, but it is not, and of course top-level grandmasters can calculate it well. The advantage, the initiative is on Jan's side, of course, but Yuri knows how to play it. Oh, and quickly plays this move, 38-33. So what's the idea after this move? Just to escape? Okay, hold on. That's a very interesting move by Yuri Anikeev. Of course, the advantage increases for dark pieces to 0.3. It's not the move I would expect. Believe it or not, white is better now. Yeah, in the game between Victoria and Daria, of course. That the opponent will get the hard attack, maybe. Thanks for the English channel. Have a good day to all. Thank you very much for visiting, sharing your thoughts on the chat. Have a good day. Absolutely. Good day, Paranda. Bye-bye. Maybe this is something that shocks Jan as well. Do we have some delay on the camera? Let me check it. Oh, Jan is absent. Jan is not at the board. I was thinking that Yuri is still thinking on another move, but not. I'll make sure it's updated. Okay. So Jan is back at the board. He sits straight. Of course, he's having the right position all the time. It's also very important when you play checkers drafts to sit correctly. Your position gives you better feeling. You can focus better, probably. Jan is looking at the notation. Maybe he's trying to remind himself the previous moves of Yuri. What are the plans? Meanwhile, Yuri is not looking like feeling confident about this position. Maybe he is a bit stressed about the fact that Jan will attack that. Maybe this position is already well calculated by both, but it shows like the chances are created. In Poland you use dama, right? Why we all use the king? Yeah, in Poland we say dama or damka, like the small dama. Some will say it's the second act from Jan. Perhaps, Marta will say. Yes, Damian, we discussed this in Riga, but what exactly? The position at the board? For example, I can't sit like that because you would not see me. No legs crossing, straight sitting, some walking, yeah. To have a good blood circulation, etc. It's very important, of course, when you are a professional sportsman who sits for many hours, for many days, for many weeks sometimes, like during this match. Huh. What after 1823? No. Well, he must play that. 28-22. And of course, if moves like, let's say, this were made, then it is better for white, because you have this sacrifice and this attack. You are using the fact of lack of piece 14. What then? If dark pieces will play something like that, isn't working with another sacrifice, this one? It works here and here, despite computer is not showing that. A sticky move is a draw, because you take and you must take that direction and you go to the king. You have equal material, you have the threat to catch the king even. So what's another option? Of course, if you attack, you as well lock it and attack here, and it's a draw. If going here, oh, here you have just this breakthrough. And after this, you force this move. If he goes away, you go here, 1 for 2. And if he goes here, you capture there and you have this combination. You go here, he goes here, and that's a draw. White will take, absolutely drawish position. So it looks like after this move and 1823 everything is forced, and the best continuation now for black is this one. It's strange how fast Yuri did make this move, because to calculate everything here is very, very, very tough at first glance. After this attack there are some combinations, for example, ideas at least, to bring some checker here and go to the king, but there is none. But for example, Yuri can agree for such position. And here, with this threat, it's necessary for white to play here, and then you exchange. You get such position. This is probably the best thing that Jan can get in that game. But I would not be so confident in going to this variant while calculating from the white side. It looks okay for black, and sometimes you can miss one tempo in drawing this game. Here probably you don't, but yet it's another position where where Yuri must look for a draw, because he is staying less active. Livia Sutter, wow. Sometimes it's a wow moment, yeah. So the question is if this 1823 is playable, yeah, and Jan chooses to play it. Of course, otherwise Yuri will play 34-29. And after move 1823, we'll see this 28-22 for sure quite quickly from the side of Yuri Anikeev, and it happens. So now the best move in my opinion is 21-26, and according to computer, of course, that supports me. 21-26 still tries to create some chances. And if Yuri has calculated everything till the very end game and seeing the draw result, then it's amazing. Yeah? By the way, that's the plan that I used recently against Bogdan Bańkowski, to go to this square, to make the sacrifice, to make an attack here, and I won the game in some like 8x8 position, something similar to that. But I had more tempos and Bogdan had more undeveloped checkers here. That was the reason why I have won this game. Maybe I'll provide some analysis on the channel, so you can subscribe not to miss the future episodes. Let's take a look at the women's game. So, what did happen? After 10-15, we did have this move. I just don't want to jump it. 43-39, and we did have 15-12. Oh. So absolutely Daria wanted to keep this column. Okay, if it is allowed to play this move, maybe it's starting not looking so bad. But yeah, just after waiting another time, going to 25, what is the plan for Daria to play then? Because if white play here, there will be a threat actually of making this sacrifice and attacking. If you try to go here, then your piece 23 is very, very weak. You go simply here and exchange it. So perhaps after 40-34, now she must exchange it, maybe. Or she mustn't. We are all waiting for this exchange for many moves already, and we can't wait. Okay, interesting thing happens on clock, because Jan is down to 3 minutes. Jan Groenendijk is down to 3 minutes, and he must make yet 6 moves. 6 moves to the time control. Now he is not getting any time increment after the made move, so it means that he must make move in less than 30 seconds. 30 seconds to Mars, or 30 seconds to the time control in Jan's case. What? He takes that variation? He goes for this attack? I would never expect that. So this sacrifice will be made, and this attack 44-29. Probably he will go something like that, 17-22, and just exchange this piece. It looks like a forced draw. There's nothing you can do against this plan here, even here, but maybe even here. Okay, maybe more difficult, but still it would work with making a breakthrough. So I think that soon the game ends in a draw. After those exchanges, Jan will be close, or just after the time control, after the 45th move, so maybe he will decide to think a bit more. No, gentlemen agreed for a draw, ladies and gentlemen, after this attack. They know what's going on, so yeah. Jan just led Yuri to make the first line of drawing the game, and it has happened. I don't know why, in my opinion, this move just created some better chances, and maybe, yeah, but of course, according to the best possible play everywhere, there was a draw. So again, we did have a game among gentlemen where Jan tried to look for chances, tried to complicate position, but it was not enough for Yuri Anikeev. It looks like Yuri, if he wants to draw a game, he will draw a game. You can't beat him, because he knows how it works. He knows how to play to draw a game. Like Marek says, draw offer. Who sent the draw offer, Jan or Yuri, by the way? Or you mean the draw offer by playing was made? By this move 22-28, by this attack, Jan offered a draw. It can be translated like that. Draw again, boring. Unfortunately, yes. So the result after 4 rounds is 4-4. And, you know, the entire game took only 2.5 hours out of possible 4.5. So they played quickly. So the only thing that bothers us now is, of course, ladies duel. So we are going to that position. Ooh, here we have something interesting. Why my camera is switched? Is moved to another place. I must correct it. Oh, I made it women double, not women single, sorry. It should be this scene. Okay, so here we are, and what has happened? After this move 40-34, finally we did have an exchange, but surprisingly, Daria Tkachenko decides to play back, to exchange back. So we got to the position where maybe Daria thinks, okay, I'll hold the classical locked position. I want more tempos. But the problem is that it's Victoria who can take easily the 2 corners of that. Or maybe even try to break the classical position. That is a good move, and what can happen right now? After this one, you make an exchange, you get the first corner under the control, you go here and you go there. You have another controlled corner of this position, and after some unsafe moves like this, creating this threat, you must go here, you play here, or maybe here. Okay, it looks like it can be problematic somehow, because after this move, for example, this could be the possibility to avoid black from going to the corner. Yeah, but probably there is just not enough material to try to win it on both sides. So how a mistake can be made? Even this is a draw. But now it looks better for black. More flexible, easier, I mean. The position is so limited for both sides that probably we don't have the possibility of any different continuation here, ladies and gentlemen, I think. 6-11 was played by Daria quite quickly. Looking at the time, we don't have updated it in lead drafts yet. Looking at the time, Daria Tkachenko is having 18 minutes left and Victoria Motrichko less than 9 minutes. And both girls, both women must make 7 moves to the time control. 6-11 was played, that's the current situation, and immediately Victoria goes for the close classical position. Okay, so she changes the order after this move, definitely we'll see this one, 37-31. Because not going to the corner would be a mistake from white side, in my opinion. But is this combination a draw or losing? It is losing. Because 2 pieces are going to the king. You don't exchange it to have only 1 king, you go the way that secures you going to the 2 kings. And in such endgames you probably win the game. We'll see this move, I'll bet. But many times I tried to predict what will be played by Daria and I was wrong, unfortunately. She knows how to surprise us as the followers of the games. Probably on December 25, so in 3 days, there will not be me commenting, but Grandmaster International Voter Sigma. That is the only day that I actually must have a break because my fiance's family, 2 families actually, are visiting us during the Christmas. This is something that I must take break for. And probably Voter Sigma will be hosting the stream. From Asia actually. That will be something. So save your day on 25th day of December to see and hear what will be the analysis of Voter Sigma Grandmaster International. By the way, from this moment I encourage you, if that happens that way, if everything technically will be working, to be active on the chat, so it will be easier for him because of course he used to be a streamer from time to time, but it is always nice if you are active on the chat like you are today to me. So thank you very much for being that active, and please be active for him as well on 25th day of December. Ad infinitum. Hello everyone, thank you Damian for your analysis which help us understand the issues and for your very understandable English. You're welcome. I can't use another than understandable English, of course. Looks like Daria is safe now. Victoria can only win by some specific geometric contest since her position is beautiful. Probably yes, but yeah, even if I try to take a look at this position and see the moments, the chances, the variants that can generate some possibilities of victory for one of the colors, I can't find it. And of course, thank you very much ad infinitum for this comment. Just to remind you, for those who don't know, gentleman's game is finished already. They played a draw, the 4th draw of the match. So according to many, there are huge chances that men's match will end in a 12 draws. It is possible. Marek said the move that Jan made was in fact a draw offer. Yeah, actually it was. It's a pity Jan did not have time. He's having a lesson to learn from, I hope. Actually, having even 2-3 minutes for him is not a problem, as still he can calculate everything well and find the best lines. We all do if we want to learn from mistakes that aren't ours. That's the great lesson from the history, for example. We must learn from our mistakes because it gives us an opportunity not to duplicate them. We've had so many examples in the history. For example, Napoleon Bonaparte chasing the Russia, and then we've had someone from Germany doing that again and losing the war that way. Sometimes it's good that people don't learn from the history, but we must do it in drafts at least. Yeah, immediately after 11-17, the move that I expected, 37-31, to control the corner is played by Victoria. So at this moment, 5 more moves for Victoria to the time control, and she has quite safe conditions for that, comparing to the previous rounds, because she has 7 minutes 30 seconds, so it gives 1 minute and 30 seconds average time per one move till the time control, and Victoria used to have less time to get to the time control in previous rounds. Damian, was your first stream also in English? I thought it was in Polish. No? You mean first stream of this competition? Or first ever? Of course I started streaming in Polish, not English. As my Polish language channel is running for 5 years or more. After 3-8, 31-26 is losing. Samuel, let's follow your variant. So here this move is played and you mean this move is losing. So what's working here? Ladies and gentlemen, how can... Oh, really nice. Small puzzle for you. How black pieces win here? Thank you very much, Samuel, for this variation. How do black pieces win in this position? Really nice, and sometimes it can be something like setting a trap for a combination. Of course, for those women, probably it is not possible to happen, but yet, for us, it is nice to follow such variations, such lines. Who will find it? Black starts and wins the game. It's a really nice part of analyzing the gamer's life, so we can find so many different combinations, variants, lines. For example, in this game we did have so many nice ideas like the Napoleon coup, etc. Good point, Damian, but Russia has winter on their side 2 times. Without winter, they call it general winter, the world would be different and maybe very bad. Hey Bartosz. Yes, Eric, absolutely. The weather is something that stopped the soldiers at some point and is very problematic. But that's the art of war, according to what other people says. You must use the conditions that world creates you, including the weather conditions. This tournament was the first day in English too? Yes, every day, Eriks, I was broadcasting in English. The first day I was doing by myself. And from time to time I like to make this broadcast by myself. If I know that everything in the background about the technical stuff works fine, then I'm just good, I'm okay with doing it by myself. Combination for black. Yes, Bartosz, that's the reason why I'm holding this position, because I'm asking the chat how to win in this position. So can you please tell us, show us, write us on the chat how to win this with black? Bartosz is a supporter of the channel. If you want to support our channel, always you can click the support button. I'm glad and very appreciating every form of supporting us, including donations, including supporting, and of course it makes it easier to create more and more content. f6 g5, c7 d6. Damian, don't ask me. Which is 23-29. That's right. You mean this move? f6 g5? I would say this is d6 e5 more from 64 square checkers. Yeah, this move and this move. That way you make 2 variant combination. Same idea in Cukiernik book. In 64. Okay, so Bartosz was adapted already. If you take here, black take 2 pieces and go to a king. You must sacrifice something to stop it, but it's never easy to do it. Otherwise, you have another combination to sacrifice here, 16-21, and another one to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, not this one. Oh, to give this one more. I would make it too fast. I didn't look at the end of this turn of this combination. Yeah, this is necessary not to let white pieces to go to the king immediately, and here it is the winning position, obviously. Obviously it is a winning position. So that makes us convinced that this move 31-26 was not possible in this position. Let's flip a board right now again to the position on the white side. 3-8, and now Victoria played 38-33. Okay, she obviously did see this combination, but now after this 38-33, she spent additional 4.5 minutes for this move. Once again, Victoria Motrichko is putting some time pressure on her. She has only 3 minutes left to make 4 moves in, by the way, more and more difficult position. Of course, there could be some exchange, but she must check moves like this, etc. So this is logical, 2-7. Now this move will be possible finally. And there is even this combination working. So this is not something obvious to think about, because you know, it looks like a draw, but always something can happen, even letting for 2 kings. Women just are not creating that too simple, just complicate those things. Sun Tzu, you mean? Art of War? Is it the book or what? Art of War. But yeah, now it's a hot topic, so everyone uses this term, and we also have a school of Art of War in Poland. I also thought like this, 8-12, nice. Okay. Nightbot started to work. I don't know why right now. But it's good, it started to work. Maybe it was calculating the messages of yours. What do we have? 2-7, and quite quickly, after 17 seconds, the move played 31-26, and it's Victoria on the decision. And Daria, sorry. And Daria must make 4 more moves in 11 minutes. So Daria can force a draw right now by sacrificing 3 pieces and taking 2. Daria can force a draw that way. Do you think it is satisfying for her in this position to take this draw? Otherwise, if she plays here, she loses the game, because there is this sacrifice working at the moment. You go here, you attack two pieces, so this move is not working at all. And if you lock, then there is simple 1 for 2 with the victory of white pieces. So I think that at this moment it is necessary maybe to make this combination to save a draw. What after this move? Okay, there is this first move. After this, there is this, this, and this. And that's a beautiful thing, because you win a game having 1 piece less. After this one last first move, there is this combination. And you collect 5 pieces. Beautiful variation. Really, really nice way of winning this position. Because this is not... okay, this is also winning. If this was not winning, then the other part would be perfect. Okay, so that's quite an interesting moment actually in the game. Great sacrifice. My FMGD ELO. Oh, ELO you can check. I don't even remember I checked all the how it is called in English. Comments. Great sacrifice. It is indeed. What will be played here? Daria actually can spend rest of her time on thinking about this 3-4-2, because if she will make it, then you have 1 move, 2nd move, 3rd move, and 4th move is the capture. And immediately after the 4th move, the capture, you get the time control, additional 30 minutes. So if she is sure of playing that, then she can easily spend full time on it. Probably she will not, but yeah. What else? For example, after this move as well, this sacrifice works. It didn't work right now, of course. Before this move, here, 31-26, because after sacrifice and attacking, there was always a defense here, that way. And now with 1 piece more, black pieces would win the game. But now this works after many different variants. And after this one, this forcing. So actually, okay, and what about this move? Oh, there is now this move. And this is probably also losing because of that. That's right. Okay, this is the only way for Daria. This combination is the only way for Daria, and actually it is saving her. Because otherwise this position would be very complicated. Despite of the fact that both sides have only one corner in the closed classical position, which is the lock in the central part of the board. Did Daria play something? Yeah, combination is only for a draw, that's right. Sun Tzu is a book, lots of videos on YouTube, many variations of the book, such as Sun Tzu for managers, etc. I'd like to have some time to hear, listen such things. I do listen many things, yeah, but you know, more Polish people who, for example, were studying some foreign things, and they are just giving us this knowledge paraphrased. So maybe I know some things, some dogmas, some thoughts in the other from other mouths. Both ladies very concentrated. They know we are slowly getting to the time control, 9 minutes more. But if we see the combination, which is probably necessary, it's fully understandable that Daria is spending the time because she doesn't have any other move to make, only this combination. Smart tactics and strategies, like in Draughts. Chinese and many others study it at universities. Yeah. It's really nice to have such books, to study, etc. My fiancée lastly showed me the book she bought, and I started to looking from page to page. The thoughts of, I don't know how it's called in English, Marco Aurelius. Really, really interesting how people have thought 2000 years ago. Their mental look at many things, the mental core, ethics, thoughts, really nice. And everything is so actual. It's like today. How long usually games take? From 10 a.m. to? It depends. Mostly a bit after the time control. So I would say 1:30 or something. But today, you know what happened in the Jan versus Yuri game. They agreed for a draw just after 2 hours and 20 or 30 minutes. Why is 1621 needed? Can't you capture the pieces without sacrificing this one? So you mean sacrificing here and here? How can it work? But Clausewitz is also very influential, also theorist on war. Okay, maybe something to catch up in the future. So this is the reason why I think it is necessary to give this piece 16, otherwise it doesn't work, because maybe, Alec, you see some other possibility of making this combination. Always after that one there is this capture with this piece, so you must remove this piece to make a combination. That's the reason of this sacrifice. Still thinking, down to 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Down to 4 minutes. Combination must be made to save a draw in this game by Daria Tkachenko. If she doesn't make it, if she does make any other move, it means that we'll have the first victory in women's match so far. Will that be after a great opening of Victoria, a great way to get into this game? and then ruining it. Will that be the total disaster after not making this combination? But as I mentioned before, it is fully logical for that to spend all the time that she has on those last moves before the combination, because if she makes it, then she's making 4 moves and she is getting straight to the time control. She's down to 3 minutes. She's making that. She's going for the combination. She's making the right choice, ladies and gentlemen. So, just after the combination, the move number 45 is made. Here it goes. But Victoria is still taking a look there. Sometimes playing this time control can be very tricky, because even though if the clock automatically gets you the additional 30 minutes, you can still lose the game. Sometimes it happens. For example, once it was Emre Hageman who lost that way. Then it was Filip Kuczewski who lost against Wouter Sipma that way. Just during the game, because your clock is counting the moves. And if you accidentally will move from side to side, it will count it. And it will give you the time before it should. So Filip Kuczewski became the victim of it, because he didn't check the notation that only 44 moves were made. And after he saw the additional 30 minutes on the clock, he just started to think. And Wouter said, sorry, you haven't made 45 moves. And that was the way. Another way of losing on this time control was when one of the players was late and they made the first move without making the first clock change, without clock switch, without making a move. And it was calculated, and one of the side thought that he is already after the time control, but he was not. And that was the young Dutchman who was on time, but his opponent was late, and because of his opponent being late, he lost the game. That was so unfair. Mark Aurelius, oh yeah, he's one of the best Stoics, yeah. Emperor in Rome, Mark Aurelius Meditations in his book. That's right, this is what I was looking at, and I just want to read it. And I want to start to read the Bible, being, aware of everything, or of all the contexts, so make it like a study, just for myself. My fiancée started to do it all, and yeah, I just want to do the same as she's doing. Something for the spirit, you must find time on it. There are huge chances now that we will see the forced variation of this attack and this move, where Victoria will take 2 pieces, and those 2 pieces will be taken, and players will agree for a draw soon. And another possibility is to take here, preparing this option, and after another move. Is this attack possible? Everything is possible. Even after that, capturing 3 pieces here, it's still a draw after going here. But yeah, you don't have a free tempo. Black pieces don't have a nice free tempo here. Because if dark pieces were to take the piece and stand on this square, then dark pieces would win this endgame. But here there is a Zugzwang, you don't have a tempo, and you play a draw. His book is highly recommended reading for everyone who wants to understand himself, herself better, and others too. That's right, despite of the fact it's almost 2000 years old. You can also read Robert Greene books such as War and Rules of Power. They're Mark is mentioned many times. Oh, very interesting. This name I've heard, of course. Thank you for all of those recommendations, Eric's. Mark Aurelius is also mentioned in many books on mindfulness. Amazing, amazing. How it is not out of date, yeah? After centuries, after centuries. I had a thought that after such bright times as the Roman Empire, there came the medieval times, the dark times, but probably it is not true that during the medieval times also everything was well working and developing, and also people were very conscious about such things. This was unfair with Philip and Wouter. You can attack Wouter when he will be commenting this. Why it was unfair, in your opinion, Bartosz? I think that some of your comments are just coming late, so you can just refresh it, because sometimes I can see it by my own that I get some delay. So you can refresh the broadcast and then you will be updated with the moment I stream. Rules are rules, they are to be followed. I agree, Eric's. Yeah, because we have time, we have number of moves to be made. We must follow it, and I think it's fair to just notice it and require that from yourself and also from your opponents. Because if you are checking the moves and you are aware of the situation, then it means that you are playing better, because you are looking at all the circumstances and not a part of it. Bible is nice, Old Testament is better, some say. I need to do it too. We can keep each other accountable so that we really start, not just talk. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, well, as my fiancée is doing that already, she bought a nice edit of the Bible. And she's starting with the... I started with Polish word. By the way, how many different words, statements, quotes are just running in our life? Sometimes we are not aware of that. And so many names even of cities, regions, etc. The history, how it was created and described in the Bible, how it affects our today's life on so many different areas. Edge in records. In my opinion, Tkachenko has a bit more chances to win here, but Motrichko position is not critical. You think so? There is one piece difference in favor of Daria Tkachenko, of Victoria Motrichko, but of course Daria Tkachenko has a straight way to go for a king, yeah? Is after this move anything else to play after this 24-29? Like moving away? You see, it is losing because you get too many kings and all the black pieces are in the central part of the board, and that's a critical situation. Also, this one can go further and creates this chance of catching the black king, yeah, on this line of the double line. So if you can't move, something like that is not working at all, probably as well. I was thinking about that maybe, but yeah. No way to win because of that. That should be a draw too. Losing 3 pieces in such endgame never lets you win. So I think this is the endgame that Victoria can just force. And the question to her is if she thinks that she will make a draw without the problems. I think she could say so, okay, but there is this move. You can't go to a king, yeah? You go here, it is caught. You go here, it is caught. So you must play this move. If she calculates that, then maybe she will go that variation. For that variation, after something like that, already king here works because there is no catching possibility. You go for a second king, and what to do? You go here, you exchange the piece, you have a draw. No way of having here any chances. Robert Green says that at those time people had much more time to think than now when we sit in our phones. Then now, Green says, people had more time to pay attention to other people, to themselves, to thinking problems. Now we are in rush, rush, rush. Then now, sorry, then now. Okay, not a problem. Mistake 2 times. The most important is the meaning. Absolutely, I agree. We don't have much time to meditate, to think about ourselves, about other people. And that means that we are just putting our conscious in some other directions. Our thoughts, our time. And in the past, people did have time, more time, especially highborn, yeah? Because other simple people just worked in the field. And some politicians, for example, did have time to think, yeah. Looks like a draw, seems like a draw, that's right. So at this moment, Victoria has spent already 10 minutes on thinking on the next move. Anyway, I think she'll decide to play this move, 17 to 11. Because after that, you have much more things to calculate that might be some not wanted surprise for you. Like, you know, after this, some critical majority you won't calculate earlier. After this, 37-42. Yeah, just even this move. To see it, that after that you have this Zugzwang and this is a draw. Yeah, it's a problematic thing to see. And to decide to play that, of course. Haven't looked for a time if we have any messages, comments on Twitch, but we don't. Keep in mind that we are live on YouTube and on Twitch TV checkers, then you can always find the links in the description. Now there is a question I can ask to you. Because some of you are better players, and as we are creating this checkersTV project, in the future I want to have full online and offline schools of checkers, offline in different cities, online of course all around the world. And I can cooperate with all the grandmasters. I think I can cooperate with them producing some courses, some lessons, some masterclasses, etc. What would you like to find? What would you like to see that would come with some value? Of course, that is the commercial part of our working, so I would like to pay for the creators and I would like to generate some incomes on the projects. But do you have something from your point of view that would be worth to create, to provide on the checkersTV project? Maybe invite Carol to comment games? Maybe. Samuel, you tell about this variation, 33-28, 41, 23. Okay, interesting line. 46 to take the piece. 35, 30. Nice idea. Nice idea. So if you take here, then this attack. And no matter where you take, white wins. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful line. Beautiful line. Mark Podolski and his analysis. I know how well he was running those masterclasses on Draughts 10x10. Yeah, great mind, great to follow his lines. And also he was a main editor of Getmański's books actually, with openings. Yeah, and as he is, he has the science title, his attitude to the game is very interesting, how he analyzes it. Yes, but that is the reason at those time thinkers achieved such heights and it is difficult to beat nowadays. It's true. At those times. Yes, it is true, absolutely. Thank you, Samuel, for this variant, as this is really, really beautiful, yeah, with this attack. Of course, in this position to play a draw, it would be necessary for black to take here, here, collect 2, then attack. And it is a draw, for example, here, here, and here. But still, going for such position with black pieces could be riskful sometimes, yeah? You see that you can just go both sides all the time, but sometimes you will miss some tempo, some attack or something. You must be confident if you choose to play it. Okay, we have a decision, ladies and gentlemen. So as expected, again, Victoria didn't want to play for this variant, and she attacked, and there is this majority. So we got to this position, ladies and gentlemen. I was told by. We are at this position, so expected continuation is to play 13 to 8 by Victoria, and the move that tries to complicate something by Daria is to go to 38, but after this there is just a simple plan of standing on 2, going to 7 and exchanging 30 for 30, securing a draw for the current world champion Victoria Motrichko. There is no chance to do something. Of course, despite the fact white have 5 pieces, sorry, and 4 only on black side. Black are going for 2 kings, so there is nothing to do with it. Yeah, and Victoria did play 13 to 8. So the question is what Daria will play. At this moment, Victoria has 18 minutes and 32 minutes on Daria's Tkachenko's clock. Exciting endgame lessons, principles. Principles are always the most exciting. It happens that way. Nothing else than a draw can happen, in my opinion, this endgame. I'm feeling a bit disappointed after the opening of the game about the chances which Daria created. This could be much more exciting at some moment of the game. Another thing, how top players set up combinations, like Fred, yeah, he is like a mastermind. Okay, Daria plays 37-31 straight to a king. She is not setting this trap, so it means that Victoria, in my opinion, will go to the king, to the square number 2, not to wait too much. Fred is amazing, yeah, how to understand how he thinks, but maybe that's the key of the practice, because he's playing all the time. So many hours spent on lead drafts playing top players, all the openings, all the positions, all the types of positions. Books are books, but online will be more exciting to many. Yeah, that's the reason why I believe in the courses, for example. Yesterday evening, or yesterday night actually, I was planning to make, 1 hour course of checkers for Polish viewers in 64, and I recorded it, and probably today I will just put it on the market just before the Christmas. Because I think that if people think that checkers is simple, then let them think that. And I will give them a course that will teach them how to play checkers in 1 hour. Of course, the basics things. But I give so many practice tips, like how to start the game if you are the beginner, how you can catch your opponent on some simple positional things, if your opponent is moving wrong pieces from the baseline, for example, yeah? This is something that can get to the people. Also explain principles in classic, color, other. What is really better about online teaching or learning, I think, when you record a video, you can comment every move quickly, and you can't do it in a book. It's not possible because, yeah, the size of the book, of the article or something, would be just too big. And here online you simply can. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may ask you, and I will repeat this question and this thing, if we want to get drafts and checkers more popular all over the world, we must react. Of course, thank you all that you are watching. So watch time of such videos, of such streams is very important. Every reaction is very important, like the thumb up, like the like left under the video, like the comments you say here on the chat, but also under the video. So if you only say something like hello, you leave the comments, etc., then algorithms see that you like this kind of content, and this content is worth to be recommended to other people. So this is the way of promotion of drafts. So we all are responsible for that. Please, if you don't mind, share the videos, like the videos, comment the videos. This is very, very important. Many of you might not know that, but it is extremely important if you want to share this version, this drafts content. This is the reason why I want to improve the quality. I want to have those streams looking nice. So if other people from outside the drafts world will come, will see it, will tell, okay, it's nice, it's intelligent entertainment. I didn't know that drafts checkers are played that way. And maybe they will stay for some longer time. They will recommend it to some other friends. And that way we can build this community. It's common work of us all. Piotr K, thank you very much. Also lessons on maneuvering, such as last move by Yuri today by sacrificing and then attacking. Such content I would like to see. Thank you very much for mentioning your thoughts on that, Erix. Okay, so we do have the king on 2 and we have the second king on 47. The only question for me is when players agree to a draw, because soon it must happen. Victoria can simply go to the double line. It will be the easiest way to exchange this 25. I believe there is no way of avoiding it. Because even if you play something like that, you go here, or immediately even. You just give away this piece, you give this one, and you have a draw. And to be honest, there is no way of winning it with white. So there is no point of chasing the rabbit by going to other. Okay, and there is this threat, of course, of capturing the king. So yeah, this is the move I do expect, and this. If this king stands here, maybe this one plays somewhere here, then just going to 45, and there's no way to avoid this, or this. Everything is a draw. So I don't know why ladies are just trying to put more exhaustments on themselves. They should probably just agree for a draw. I think Victoria is catching the king, going for a king to play 2-7. Nice ideas, Damian. Those last 7 or so comments was regarding content for your channel. Yes, I fully get it. And thank you for sharing that, Erix. As expected, 2-7. Avoiding this small catching possibility, of course, when king was on 2. Daria is reaching the king, probably. Which one? Where she will play? Victoria is holding her arm up. Yeah, one settles this threat, second one this one, so here we must have some exchange and a draw. This game ends in one move or two. Great stream, looking on from Trinidad and Tobago. Nicholas, thank you very much for being here and for such kind words. Thank you very much. So will Vika be the exchanging one and that way offering a draw? Or it will be Daria? Because what we can see, this move, or this move, I think. After this one, players should immediately agree for a draw. But of course, if Victoria doesn't want to let her opponent think of playing 3 against 1, or 3 against 3 having 2 kings, then this move is better. On 24th, there will be Santa who can give 1 more piece for each player. Ooh, that will be something. How do you know that? The truth about the games will be that both players, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds will have 4 points. Both players here and both players there. After 8 games total of the match, we will not have any victories yet. Will that change tomorrow? I hope so, but I did have same hopes yesterday for today. You are asking Bartosz about the end of the games. You can see 120, 130, around that. As this game will finish the same probably. But of course it's the world title match, so once women have time to check everything for sure, move by move, then they will do it. Girls are like in classic negotiation preparation stage when both sides think they have a stronger position, like 120% in total, which is impossible. Same here maybe. I think it is possible, but you know, you must show that you are confident. If you approach the match as the loser, you are losing the match. So I think they are just confident about the preparation, the level they can perform. I think that what people think about Daria's performance in this match changes after 4 rounds. I think she is ahead now. She showed us the possibility that she can play against Victoria and she can get to the better positions and she can get some advantage, some possibilities. She is the winner in my eyes, for example, after 4 rounds. Not like the winner of the match, of course, but she is playing much better than I expected from Daria Tkachenko. So this is the biggest surprise for this moment. Okay, so Victoria decides to play this move. So it means Daria probably will immediately play for that one. Because this 1-4-2, of course, gives white the possibility of attacking on the main diagonal, and we have 3 against 3, but white is controlling the main diagonal, so no one will play that. I guess that immediately after 25-30, we'll see the draw offer. If all 4 players were playing to win, what do you think the score would be? Then I think that Jan would win with the advantage of 2 or 3 victories, and Vika the same against Daria. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Yeah, they're standing away. That's a draw. So here we have the round number 4 finished, and as we expected after since some time, both matches are played a draw among men, among women. Hello Martina, just in time to see the final move, even not the move but the final result of the rounds. So the score, total score among men and women after 4 rounds is 4 draws each matches. It means 4-4 in Jan Groenendijk against Yuri Anikeev, the current world champion, among men, and among women between Victoria Motrichko, the current world champion, and the pretender Daria Tkachenko, who has never lost a world title match, as I got to know from someone on the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's play. We are back tomorrow at 10 AM, so if you already have some holiday, Christmas holiday or something, you are most welcome to join me on the stream. We'll be following other games of the round number 5, and slowly we are getting to the halfway of this match, or those matches, because this is planned for 12 days, and the last day of the classic games is December 30. And tomorrow it will be round number 5. The day after, on Christmas Eve, it will be the day of the round number 6, which will be the halfway. Will we get a first victory somewhere? It was quite close today after the opening of the game from Daria Tkachenko. She really impressed me. How did she play? But then this move to 8 ruined everything. If you want to follow it, just rewind and check it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember about all the reactions, likes, subscriptions, and I hope that with most of you, all of you, I'll see tomorrow at 10 AM. Thank you very much. Have a good Sunday. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.